Ladies and gentlemen, one of the greatest illusions we grow up believing is that someone, somewhere, will come to save us. We are told that if we just wait long enough, the right person, the right opportunity, or the right moment will appear like a miracle and change everything. We think a teacher will notice our hidden potential, a boss will reward our hard work, or a friend will recommend us for the chance of a lifetime. But as Master SHI HENG teaches, life doesn't work like that. No one is waiting out there with a map to your destiny. The truth is simple and brutal. No one is coming to save you. The longer you wait for someone else to fix your life, the further you drift from your true power. I learned this the hard way. Years ago, I used to sit in my room wondering when my time would come, waiting for some invisible force to notice my effort and lift me out of my struggle. I waited for 3 years, but luck never even sent me a text message. It was only when I stood up, alone, with trembling hands and uncertain steps, that I realized something profound. The rescue you're waiting for is already inside you, asleep, waiting for you to wake it up. Every person who has ever achieved something extraordinary started exactly where you are now, uncertain, unseen, and unsupported. Steve Jobs was fired from the company he built. Elon Musk slept on the floor of his factory. J.K. Rowling was rejected 12 times before a single publisher believed in her story. Colonel Sanders was told no more than 1,000 times before someone finally tasted his chicken. None of them waited for rescue. They became their own savior. They stopped waiting for the world to believe in them and started believing in themselves so fiercely that the world had no choice but to follow. That is the way of strength. That is the path of discipline. That is the path Master SHI HENG teaches. Self-mastery through action, not expectation. You see, many people say they want freedom, but the moment life gets hard, they start looking for a rescuer. When they lose a job, they blame the company. When their plans fail, they blame fate. When their dream doesn't come true, they whisper, maybe it just wasn't meant to be. My friend, that's not destiny talking. That's fear. Time doesn't arrive to save you. You create it. The world doesn't owe you a miracle. It owes you nothing. That's the gift. Because when you realize nothing is owed to you, you become free to build everything from nothing. The day you stop expecting someone to fix your life is the day you finally start living it. I've met people who told me no one supports me, and I tell them, why should they? You haven't yet proven to yourself that you can carry your own dream. The moment you start moving, taking real action, people begin to pretend they always believed in you. That's human nature. When you fail, they look away. When you succeed, they raise their hand and say, I knew it all along. If you truly want to change your life, stop waiting. Waiting is a slow poison that kills more dreams than failure ever will. People wait for the right time, the right idea, the right feeling, but the right moment never arrives. It's like waiting for a bus in a desert. The only thing that comes is more sand in your face. When I wanted to start my journey, people told me to wait. Wait until you have more experience, they said. Wait until you have more money, they said. Wait until you're ready. But you never feel ready. The moment you take your first step, your brain screams, stop, it's dangerous. But Master SHI HENG reminds us, discomfort is not the enemy, it's the doorway. Growth never feels comfortable. The seed must break to grow into a tree. In the same way, your old self must crack open before your real strength emerges. I once met a man who said, I'll start my dream when I have the perfect plan. 10 years later, I met him again, still planning. Meanwhile, another man with half the knowledge, half the resources, and twice the courage had already built 3 businesses. Perfection is a beautiful prison, and waiting is its guard. We wait because waiting feels safe. When we wait, we don't risk failure, we don't face rejection, and we don't have to confront our weakness. But while we sit comfortably in fear, someone else is out there sweating, learning, failing, growing. Those are the people who rise. Those are the ones who stop waiting. You see, success is not a gift, it's a signal. Like Wi-Fi, it's everywhere, but you have to connect to it yourself. No one's going to hand you the password. The universe doesn't reward your intention, it rewards your movement. When you finally stop waiting, life begins to test you. It doesn't welcome you with applause. It hits you. You'll lose money, lose friends, and lose your sense of direction. You'll question everything. You'll wonder if you made a mistake, but that's not failure, that's transformation. When a seed grows, it must break its shell. When a caterpillar becomes a butterfly, it dissolves completely before rebirth. So when your life feels like it's falling apart, maybe it's not ending, maybe it's beginning. Every strong person you admire once stood alone, trembling, confused, and uncertain. The difference is, they didn't stop. They pushed their broken car inch by inch until it started moving again. That's how momentum is born. That's how power returns. Every inch forward counts. Every small act of discipline is a message to the universe that says, I'm not waiting anymore. Most people spend their lives searching for signs from the universe, waiting for permission to start. But this is your sign. You don't need permission. You don't need the perfect mood, the perfect day, or the perfect plan. You just need to begin. Right now, right here, with what you have. If you can't build an empire today, build a habit. If you can't change the world, change your morning. If you can't lift a mountain, lift a single stone, but lift it every single day. That's how the impossible becomes inevitable. Small actions compound into massive results. Step by step, brick by brick, your confidence grows, and one day you'll look back and realize how far you've come simply because you refused to wait. People love the highlight reel, but ignore the struggle. They celebrate the victory, but skip the suffering that built it. Everyone wants to be strong, but few are willing to be uncomfortable. Everyone wants success, but no one wants the sacrifice. You can't become powerful without pain. You can't gain wisdom without wounds. That's why most never rise, because they quit when it hurts. But the true warrior understands, pain is not punishment, it's preparation. Each hardship you endure chisels your spirit into something unbreakable. When you stop depending on others, your energy changes. You start walking differently, speaking differently, thinking differently. You become dangerous, not because you harm others, but because nothing can harm you anymore. Failure no longer scares you. Rejection no longer breaks you, because you have already survived the hardest thing, being ignored. When people laugh at your dream, smile. When they doubt your vision, keep building quietly. Because one day, those same people will say, I always believed in you. But you won't need their belief anymore. You'll already have your own. That's the beauty of walking alone. When you no longer depend on approval, you start creating your own opportunities. The world begins to respect you only after you've learned to respect your own struggle. No teacher, no boss, no friend is coming to rescue you. They're all fighting their own battles. If you keep waiting for someone to pull you out, you'll drown holding their shadow. When the Wright brothers wanted to fly, the world laughed. When Oprah was fired, they said she wasn't fit for TV. When I was rejected from job after job, I thought my story was over. But it was only beginning. Life will not send you a rescue team, but it will send you small chances. A single idea, a single connection, a single step. And if you take it, that one step can change your entire direction. The world doesn't support dreams, it supports action. No one believes until you show them a reason to. So give them that reason. Start today. Move before you're ready. Build before you're perfect. Remember, no one is coming to save you. But that's not a curse, that's a blessing. Because once you realize it, you understand your own strength. You are the hero you've been waiting for. You are the warrior you've been searching for. The power you seek is already within you, hidden beneath doubt, fear, and hesitation. Wake it up. Build yourself before it's too late. Because the truth is, once you rise, once you fight, once you take control, you become the kind of person who doesn't need saving. And that, my friend, is when you truly begin to live. If this message touched you, don't just listen, act. Every small choice you make today shapes who you become tomorrow. And if you believe in your own power, then share this message with someone who's still waiting for a rescue that will never come. Because maybe, just maybe, your action today will awaken someone else's strength. If you felt inspired, then like this video, subscribe to Daily Path to Strength, and join our growing family of people who choose action over waiting, discipline over excuses, and strength over fear. Remember the teaching of SHI HENG. Mastery begins the moment you stop waiting and start walking. The world is not waiting to save you, my friend. It's waiting to see what you will become when you save yourself.